Hello, it's been a while, folks, but we are back. Welcome to episode 84 of Three Pints and a Clean Sheet. How are we, boys?
Yeah. Good.
What he was going to answer, bit fragile. The season was not officially underway yesterday, but a wee pre-season friendly, and I had one too many sodas, so I'm feeling a bit rough today, to be honest.
That's putting you in poor stead for the start of the season proper. We are back. We have had a few weeks off. During those weeks, we have released the Three Pints and a Clean Sheet Showdown. If you have not watched that yet, give it a wee watch. It's a lovely wee series where three of our fans have took on these two at the category game and the transfer game. No spoilers. Go and have a watch. We know some of you have. If you liked it, please tell us that you liked it, and we will consider making some more. But
I want input there. I'd just like to say thank you to Greg for all this hard work on that showdown. That was his baby. Just wanted to give you a wee bit of credit for that.
thank you much, Lee. Thank you to everyone else for their support over the season and for their support and watching us. What else has been going on while we have been away? Well, we last recorded an episode before the start of the Euros, and they are now almost at an end. And
The Sunday.
I think we all predicted Scotland would go through the group stage, and I don't think that didn't happen.
Blind hope.
It was blind hope. It was faint hope. I think I acknowledged I thought it would be faint hope. How do we think Scotland got on? We were obviously there for the middle game. Kyle, you were at Scotland versus Switzerland.
Yeah.
That's the one that wasn't too bad.
It was the least worrying game, in my opinion, anyway.
Yeah. It's the one we scored in.
It was scored against Germany.
They scored for us.
Still a goal.
2 steps forward in qualifying, 1 step back, I would say. We're still at the same kind of level as the last Euros, nearly identical group result. You know what I mean?
I was going to say, let's not sugarcoat it. Yes, both times we've been drawn into groups that have been difficult, but in both Euros we've qualified for, we have underwhelmed and been pretty shit.
You can play shit without playing shit.
We have been awful. We have been rank rotten.
Look at England. They played awful in the semis.
England have more quality than us, to be fair.
Oh, no, I wasn't making that comparison. I'm just reinforcing Kale's point. You can be shit without being shit.
I mean, that first game, I knew there was a chance it was going to be a long night. I didn't think it was going to be that long a night against Germany. I thought, let's get to half an hour and see how we're going and see if we fancy a wee upset 9 minutes in.
It's that long a first half. Dragged.
It was. Like, at one point, I think we were on for conceding 10.
Good.
I think we conceded 3 inside, 28 minutes.
Yeah, it was a pretty brutal viewing.
I was in a pub in Cardiff. I was in the toilet when Antonio Rudiger put it past his own keeper, and the man came into me and went, "What are you so glum for? Scotland have just scored." And I immediately turned around and went, "No, we've not. We're shit, mate."
We did score.
No.
Rudiger did a good for us.
Yes, and then so that game, I think we could all say, kind of set the tone.
It was a free hit anyway, but I think it just ruined the confidence.
And that had been coming. Like, based on the form we were in going into the tournament, that had been coming.
Maybe not severe.
I thought we kind of got it out of our system against, France and England, where we were rank rotten in friendlies. And then we got beat fairly heavily off the Netherlands as well in a friendly, but we played quite well that night and we're the better team for lots of that. I didn't think we were a type of team that had that shit a performance in us.
Gibraltar away was a bit of a telltale sign, wasn't it?
It was, but that was pre-tournament. The main goal is to not get injured and work together. The Switzerland game, you said, Kyle, was the least worst of the lot.
Well, you can argue Hungary, but Hungary left a better taste in the mouth come the end of it. So
yeah, well, as I say, Switzerland, we scored. I think we were unlucky to not walk away with 3 points out of that. To be honest, we were knocking on the door very heavily towards the end of the game. From what I remember, being a bit pissed.
Just didn't shoot though. That was the only thing. If you shot, might have actually scored some more goals.
I just think the confidence was all off. Because you see, like Callum McGregor, if he's playing at Celtic, and that ball drops to him, and was it the last few, that was the situation that then led to their goal. If he was in a Celtic top, he'd have buried that. I just think the confidence went completely because they had so much pressure from that match. Just I don't know. I think the Kyle's point of we just weren't hitting shots. We just need a goal scorer.
Well, 4 shots in 3 games speaks for itself.
Yeah,
really.
it really does. We had the lowest shots and shots on target of any team after the Hungary game, and we were one of 4 teams who had played 3 games. Everyone else had only played 2, and we still had the fewest amount of shots on target.
Well, you think that we obviously beat Spain in the qualifiers, and then the potentially could be making it to the final, if not better. And then you look at Georgia, who were in our group.
Finished 7 points behind us.
Yeah, something like that. And
They finished
think
4th.
They went in like just no.
None to lose.
Yeah, nothing to lose. What I'm trying to say. Yeah, you're right. Like I just think that shows what we could do.
That is an important point, and one we will come back to. I want to first talk about Scotland-Hungary, which was just shit.
Shambles.
Utter shambles. Didn't look like scoring. The fact that the one big chance we had fell to the human refrigerator, as I have previously referred to him. Like,
I'm McGregor.
But it was like 1-0 Hungary was very viable at pretty much every stage of that game.
I think towards the end it was looking more and more likely.
For those who think we should have had a penalty, I agree with you. I think for those who say we should have had a penalty, also need to go and watch Grant Hanley's elbow in the first half, which is also very lucky to not concede a penalty from.
I think needed Dykes. Needed an actual finisher.
Yeah, literally.
Adams is really it.
I said it when we were in Germany. We're playing a formation that's suited to a player like Lyndon Dykes, the way he plays, but we played it with Shea Adams up front. It just didn't work. Dykes is a target man. Adams isn't, and I don't know.
The other thing that should be said about the Hungary game, when it comes to strikers, is that Lawrence Shankland changed that game. Lawrence Shankland looked fantastic when he came on against Hungary and looked better than pretty much any Scotland player had throughout the entire tournament, in my opinion.
Feels like it's the best finisher, the best forward.
But, like, again, this comes on to the next point about Steve Clarke. But you are right, we played negative football and we were rightly punished for it. You could tell, like, I knew it was going to be a long night against Germany from minute 1 when we backed off them. Scotland have been best when you look at Spain, for example, the Spain game that we won, and the England game from last year, I know it was a draw, but the results that we've thought have been pretty good against top teams. We have been best when we have been in people's face and been aggressive and had a goal. The minute we sat back off them and let Tony Kroos ping 30-yard passes, you're going to lose.
Exactly.
Kroos will take a ping a pass, Fonny's arson, no pressure.
Yes. So that does lead to the point. Show of hands, should Steve Clarke go? Hands up. I am firmly in the yes camp for that.
I've calmed down a wee bit. I think he gets one more competition. If he doesn't qualify the World Cup, see you.
I don't think we can wait that long.
I was going to say, if I just getting us qualifying's still better than we've had for the last 20 plus years.
The statistics don't lie, in my opinion. It's one win in 13 or 14 now. And that win is against Gibraltar in a friendly.
I would say that I'm more closer to get rid of him than no. I was at the time after that Hungary game, I was ready to fly back to Germany to go and give him a good slapping, but just I don't know. But who comes in?
Moyes is the big one, I've heard.
Moyes is the one I'd want. I would be completely up for going foreign if anyone else fancies it.
I wouldn't say want, but he's the next best option.
The problem with Moyes is that Moyes gives you, for all the problems you label at Clarke, which is too negative, too standoffish, those are the criticisms of David Moyes' reign at West Ham.
So I think they're pretty much similar in my books.
They are.
Probably not the next manager with what he's done at Kelly, but I think the Scotland job has got Derek McInnes written all over it in the future.
Same problem, in my opinion.
Well, Kelly's in Europe, so they played all right football. They beat Rangers and Celtic last season.
Did Clarke not get them Europe as well, though, when he was there?
Yeah, then that's when he left, actually. Yeah, I think you're right. He did the bye-bye Rangers thing, and then he went to Scotland, I'm sure.
He did, yeah.
With bye-bye Clarke sooner.
That's the issues labelled at Clarke as well as being too negative, is the reliance on players who weren't performing. John McGinn hasn't performed in a Scotland shirt in quite a while now.
Since a hat-trick many
Oh,
moons ago.
we had a system built to get Robertson and Tierney in the same team. When the last game happened, and it wasn't like one of them was literally unavailable, why did we stick with the same negative system in a game we needed to win? I will not have any of this. I will not have any of this. Oh, we might have got a point and got through shite. No, we wouldn't have.
I think it was just he's too stuck in his ways. He's
Also
his
took
way
him
of the highway.
75 minutes. 75 minutes to make a sub, is it not? And he brought
Yeah.
McLean on.
And then Shankland, the Switzerland game got 3 minutes plus added time or something like that. It was far too late in a game that we really needed to turn the pressure up on. We just showed no willingness to do that. And I think that goes back to your other point, Robert, about Georgia, which is other teams, smaller teams, have had a goal.
Exactly.
Well, Georgia were beating both Portugal and Spain within minutes from right.
Georgia looked good on the counter attack, and that is like if we want to look solely at Georgia, Georgia's 2 best players are in positions which are more important than where our best players are. Our best players are Robertson, Tierney, McTominay. If we go by where they their assumed transfer value, Georgia's 2 best players are a winger, stroke striker, and their keeper, and that's an area where we really lack.
And their other striker, to be fair, because he's the top scorer of the tournament, or was for Gakpo.
So. But they are better places to have world-class players.
Because all our qualities in left back.
And right back if you want to include Aaron Hickey when he's free.
Well, Hickey on the right, and then you've got Robertson, Tierney,
Doig.
Yeah, Doig, because I was going to say Doig.
Lewis Ferguson, who wasn't at the tournament. Yes, we were hamstrung with injuries, but again, like, we could be so much better than what we showed.
I think if I gave Ralston the whole tournament to play after that Germany game was enough for me.
The problem with Ralston was he was actually quite good against Hungary.
He was just
his best game, definitely, but it didn't take much to beat the first 2.
But he was already against Switzerland, apparently. Must have not been there.
Is it not him who's problematic for their goal? I have distinct memories of.
I read after he gave the ball away, but I read after that he was like man of the match. So
no,
news to me. It was pish.
News to me as well. The problem is the other option was McCrory, and that
instinctively
or Forrest, but Forrest right wing back, fair enough, not played there a lot. McCrory is literally another centre half, and you have the 2 on the left go, and then you have nothing on the right hand side.
I would give someone else a chance. It was pish, so
yeah.
For a long story short,
and it was just unlucky that we have no depth. I am to move on slightly. I think lots of people know this, that I am no fan of this tournament format. I think it actually encourages defensive football because you can go through by not doing very much. We've seen that. We've seen kind of the England group where teams have gone through without winning, and we've gone through. We've seen that also in the Belgium group where teams were very happy to just draw the final game because they were both going through. I really don't like the format. We could have been a beneficiary of that format, and I think, to be honest, we've tried to be a beneficiary of that format, and it's really not worked.
Yeah,
I think there has been standout games, but it's either been like 0 or 100. I feel like there hasn't really been like any kind of it was an alright game. I feel like it's either been like boring or it's been an absolute belter.
Yeah,
but it's typically the teams that are lesser who've had the good games, your Georgia Turkeys and Slovakias and whatnot.
The ones that if you were to fix the format are the ones who'd probably go.
Yeah.
Which is a big problem. For me, the sole kind of diagnosis of the problem for me is big teams know they can afford to make a few mistakes and still manage to get really far in the competition.
You still lose a game and then you just need to win the next one and you're pretty much through. So,
like Georgia, theoretically, Georgia were beneficiaries of the tournament. I know it's any tournament format, but Georgia were beneficiaries of when they played Portugal, for example. Portugal were already through on 6 points. And Portugal fielded a second string side. And then Georgia won and Georgia went through.
I'm just glad Portugal worked it out.
That's just luck of the draw as well, to be fair.
It is, but again, it wasn't us.
Never is, to be fair, but
You make your own luck.
exactly. He subbed as well, that's another thing. His subs are shite.
Yes. But yeah, to try and move on to the tournament as a whole, 4 teams left going into the semi-finals this midweek. We have England, France, the Netherlands, annoyingly for my sweepstake chances, and Spain. Spain put the hosts out. For me, that was one of the slightly better games between 2 bigger sides. I know some other people disagreed with that. I wasn't falling asleep during that one.
See, Holland, Turkey wasn't bad last night, obviously, for us.
Spain have been kind of standout, I think. They played probably the best football from what I've seen.
They've had a go.
It was either them or Germany were like sort of the 2 standouts.
England were a lot better yesterday afternoon, last night, whatever you want to say, compared to what the rest of the football I'd seen. I mean,
I don't think they were.
At the start of the end of the game, they were just pressing, just couldn't score, and then obviously went 1-0 down, and then pulled it back and done the job on penalties.
I don't think England were like. I think they were better, but I think I think saying they were a lot better is a misconception. I think they went from about a 5 out of 100 to about a 10 out of 100, rather than a 5 to about a 60. It was still a shit England performance. They were still hopeless.
That could just be us being bitter, salty, XYZ.
I think I was having a look through Twitter at this during the game, and again, I could be living in a complete echo chamber, but there were a lot of English people that I could see saying, you know, what game are the BBC watching? The BBC kind of talked about how England were so much better, and lots of Twitter saying, I don't know what game they're watching, because they're really not. The best thing for England last night for me was the fact that Trippier actually started to look useful.
Christ,
must have been good.
What was I going to say? Well, they're ultimately through at the semis, so it's one of those. Netherlands, I'll give them a better game, I think.
Holland looked quite good as well before.
Yeah.
Netherlands.
Yeah, England haven't played a good team yet. That's the other thing to bear in mind.
Denmark's the best team they've played.
And they're not very good.
One of those, aren't they? Bit like a Croatia. They're also shit.
They'll play who's in front of you, though.
You do have to play who's in front of you, but, you know, England have played shit and somehow found themselves in the easiest draw possible. It's just, you know, again, you make your own luck. You know, if they had conceded against, in the final group game against Slovenia, they would have either been out. There was one point where they would have been out, and there's one point where they would have finished second and been on the horrible side of the draw.
If only.
I don't know. I think it could be a repeat. Well, obviously not. Italy won't be there, but I think they could get it. They're jammy.
I think there are genuine criticisms of Southgate, and I think they are kind of similar to some that are said of Clarke. Too negative, makes subs at the wrong time.
Anti-football.
Tries to shoe in too many good players without making choices.
Was this Palmer seen Saka at left back just to fit in? Palmer was a bit icky.
Why are you playing?
Feel like it.
I enjoyed the Slow Sports News account on Twitter, or X, or whatever you want to call it, and saying that he did announce a new 2-year deal, and everyone was like going mental. It was quite well timed, I have to say. The execution was on point.
I don't think Saka's at left back's a solution either. Like, if you look at the teams, carry on.
He's played there before and he was a bit younger. Like when he first broke at Arsenal, he's a wing back, full back, whatever you call him.
He's still young. He's still quite young when you think of it. I always think he's a bit older.
So it's not like out of the realms of possibility that he's capable of playing there. It's a waste of his talents.
I think, like, you look at Germany, and I know Germany went out to Spain and it'd be very disappointing for them, but if you look at them, Nagelsmann made decisions about who he wanted to play and why. Nagelsmann wasn't afraid to keep, like, arguably the best Bundesliga player this year, Florian Wirtz, on the bench, and start Sané, because that's what he thought would be better for the opponent, having Sané's running. He also, like, has brought Füllkrug off the bench with good effect. if you look at the teams who have perhaps been a bit of a disappointment, you've got England, who I think are trying to shoehorn too many players on, and you can add Portugal into that category, and Portugal are trying to shoehorn one player in for the detriment of the team.
Yeah. But that's what you have, is you've got arguably the best player of all time in your team.
I never thought I'd celebrate France winning a penalty shootout, but here we are.
I don't think it's arguable that Ronaldo's the best player of all time. I don't think he gets close to the discussion.
It's not my opinion, it's just give the wee fuds are like.
Well, the wee fuds can reply to this YouTube video because then we'll get some engagement.
I've never obviously seen Derek Lyle in his prime.
Exactly. Call to action. If you are a wee fud and think Ronaldo is the best player in the world, comment on this YouTube video. Thanks.
That's us down to like 3 viewers now.
Two more than usual.
What do you make of the Ronaldo problem? Were Portugal genuine contenders?
No.
I think they were before it because they had quite good form.
Look good on paper, but
They do have quite a decent team. Take Ronaldo out, they've got a good team.
I mean, you had Portugal in the final, Robert.
did I?
You did. I've just looked up here.
Oh, well, here's me saying I didn't think they were doing play well.
Portugal in the final. Yeah, them in the semi-finals against Italy, who are also out.
They were mints.
I don't do the lottery anyway.
Yeah, I think that they are. Again, I just don't think they've got the world-class players. Is that fair to say?
Well, you've kind of got your big names like your Felix who missed the penalty, your Fernandez, Ronaldo,
Silva.
like Silva, the keeper as well. I just feel like that it kind of you've got to play as a team. It's not. I mean, you can have a team of stars, but there could be shake team chemistry in that.
I think once Ronaldo goes, they'll get better. If that makes sense.
Is that his last year? Or it will be.
Yeah, it will be his last year.
That'll be-
So
that'll be
he's
another
not going to
4
be back
years,
in
isn't
4
it?
years' time. And he's
I wouldn't
probably
play
not
Barca.
going to the next World Cup.
It was in America, innit?
Does need to
Yeah.
say anymore.
I have to play the Canada games and the Mexico games.
Yeah, the last before we move on, the last genuine contenders I want to move on to, and they were put out by France largely because France finished second in their group rather than winning it. But so did they, to be fair, was Belgium, who finished second in their group to Romania and scored 2 goals the entire tournament.
I wasn't convinced with them.
We
No.
saw one of them. No, not one of them. 3. I might.
We saw both of them.
Yeah, it was 2 on it. I was trying to remember. I couldn't remember if it was 2 or 3.
Yeah, we saw
it
both
was
Belgium goals.
It was literally Route 1 football as well. Keeper literally twatted it, went through the defence, and it was De Bruyne that was slouched on it. I'm sure it was.
It was indeed.
They weren't very convincing for being a big team.
And then the other goal was a nice cutback from Tielemans, I believe, very early on. Yeah, Belgium, like that game, Belgium had 9 shots on target. There's a lot of talk about Belgium's golden generation. I think it's over. The chance for them was 2018, the World Cup. That was the chance.
When they had Hazard playing good for Chelsea, that was when they had their best chances.
Yeah.
And that has since sailed because they've got Lukaku as their main man.
So yeah, 4 teams left. Pick a winner.
Spain.
Head Spain. No, sorry. Heart Spain. Head England.
I think England could win it. I just think Spain are probably just a bit. They're playing better football. But England, I feel like England could, on their day, could beat anyone the players have got.
I think I can't remember who I said this to at the time, but after like 1 or 2 games of England being shit, I did say England are somehow going to find a way to win the whole thing, or at least get to the final.
I think it's 2 good semis.
Yes.
It'll be good. And then obviously the final on Sunday. So.
And hopefully, because we've had so many bad games, we can be treated to 3 really good ones. And talking of really good games, that is a lovely segue to move on. And this week, it's Kyle's turn. So, Kyle has reliably informed me during the break that he has made the transfer game. There are full explainers on how the transfer game works if you look at some of the Showdown episodes. However, as a brief reminder, there are 5 players. Players will get points depending on when they guess the correct player. You will get 5 points if you get it after 1 clue, which is the year and the fee, 4 points after 2 clues for the position, 3 points after 3 clues, which includes the nationality, 2 points after 4 clues, which includes the club they left, and 1 point on the last clue, which includes the club they joined. It's me taking on Robert, and with that, I will hand over to Kyle.
Thank you for that lovely explanation. We'll just get straight into it because time is money. So 2011, 30 million.
30.
3-0.
3-0, yes.
Robin
Lukaku.
van Persie.
No.
To
I
both.
said Lukaku. I wasn't sure if you
No.
heard me.
No, I didn't. No, it's not Lukaku. 2011, 30 million. Defender.
Quite a lot of money for 2011 for defender.
This is transfer marked as well, so euros.
So it's euros. That's about £30 million at that time.
And
I
also-
feel like it might be a bit
Closing.
late. Might be a bit late, but Martin Skirtle.
No.
That's a good shout.
I think that would have been a bit past it though.
It's too early for him. Let's guess no one and move on.
Okay, thank you. 2011, 30 million pounds. A defender from Portugal.
Pepe.
No.
Defender from Portugal. I was going to say Diaz, but it's not because it's 2011. But I'll say Diaz in case it was when he was away.
No.
Who's the
2011,
other one?
30 million. Defender from Portugal left Benfica.
Never.
Whoever
Never.
played.
At least I know it wasn't Porto.
Or Lisbon.
Or Sporting Lisbon, yeah. Who's
can't
the
think
other
any-
one?
I don't think any Portuguese defenders that isn't.
God.
And if you think he's a different position, any of them, then he's wrong because I'm always right. So
Cool. That makes me think that it might not be.
he's a defender. I know he's a defender.
Cool.
You tell me.
I've genuinely got nothing.
No, neither. I'll need the team he joined.
I'll say
Okay.
João Cancelo just in case.
No. 2011, 30 million. Defender from Portugal left Benfica to join Real Madrid.
Why can I still not think?
Fabio Coentrao?
1 point.
I knew it had to be a fullback. I could not think of anyone's name.
I'll try to take notes of the scores.
I forgot he was Portuguese, to be honest.
I've got a note as well. Do you need them?
Fine. Anyway, player number 2. 2024 free transfer.
Classic.
Benjamin Lawson.
No.
Matty Douglas.
No. 2024 free for a defender.
Three.
Alexandro.
No. Don't mention that fella's name.
Oscar McIntyre.
Negative. 2020.
Was he not?
What?
Good.
Is it another one? Oh, my bad.
2024 free transfer defender from Scotland.
Never. I'm trying to think who else Queens have signed.
I know, probably don't know. I can't think.
Nope, can't think.
Right, move on.
2024 free transfer. A defender from Scotland left Queen of the South.
Oh, left Queens.
My mind's gone blank. Who didn't play for us last year?
Logan.
Logan, no. Not
I
Cameron.
genuinely do not. I can't think who else played last season.
Right, so is it the other one?
Because I can only think of the loans.
Move on.
Effie Ambrose.
No, he's not Scottish.
Oh shit, yeah. He might as well be.
2024 free transfer for a defender from Scotland left Queens to join Clyde.
Jack Bryden?
No, what's his name?
Well, he's still at Queens, so no
I
him.
couldn't remember which. I get Bryden and Logan mucked up, so I thought it was one of them and couldn't remember which one.
Either, so
I genuinely can't remember the boy's name. Because I'm sort of thinking the spot and I know that Greg's already answered. It's embarrassing. Who was it again?
Time him out. Come on, we've got stuff to do.
I wasn't that earlier on when you're going,
Give him 10
what's his-
seconds.
I can't remember his name. It's pissed me off now. All I can think of is Kilsby, who was alone. McClelland, who was alone.
I know it. I'm sure I know it.
Doesn't
Glad
matter.
you've answered.
I know.
This is annoying because I could equalise it here. What's his name? I can't remember. Just go. It's going to frustrate me.
Jordan Houston?
Nope.
No.
It is Mr. Paul Mackay.
Paul Mackay.
It
Did
was Houston.
Houston not also go to Clyde?
Yeah, he did. That's why I used him to try and bait us. Being a bit cheeky this time.
That's also why I tried to do. I was trying to think of John Houston, so I got it wrong anyway.
So yeah, still 1-0. Not all to play for.
I get till the end and just hear the teams and forget like the clues before it. I just remember the year and the team. That's why that's not the first time I've shouted someone's wrong nationality. I mean, F.A. Ambrose definitely isn't Scottish, but
Well, 1995, 6.5 million.
Oh, God. Alan Shearer.
One at a time, please.
Patrick Vieira.
No, there's neither. I heard Alan Shearer.
He did.
1995, 6.5 million for a defender.
Can I guess the connection? Are they all defenders?
No, there's if you can make a good connection out of these players, then you win.
Sterling.
Lorenzo Amoruso. I don't think it will be.
It's not.
No, I think he famously went for free and it's too early. Move on.
You sure? Never know.
Well, Stuart Pearce, just in case, but that wasn't what I was thinking of before.
It's not Stuart Pearce. 1995, 6.5 million for a defender from Argentina.
Oh. Diego Simeone.
It is not. I think he was a midfielder.
I can't think any Argentinian defenders. I can see a guy with a headband on in my head, but I don't know if that's it.
Well, I don't have a guy with a headband wrote down, so.
Do you have a picture?
No, I don't have a picture. I know what it looks like, but.
I was hoping you've got a hand draws one.
Oh, okay. F.A. Ambrose. That's my
3
go-to now.
points. 1995, 6.5 million defender from Argentina, left Banfield.
Never.
Left who?
Banfield.
They're a team from Argentina.
I thought it sounds like a non-league team.
That's an Argentinian team.
My mind has gone blank. The only one I can think of is far too late, and it's definitely not him.
Never know. Maybe.
Nevertheless, I will guess Gabriel Heinze, just in case.
Not Gabriel Heinz.
Actually, I was thinking of, but I don't think the other one I was thinking of. I don't think he's got the headband.
I'll save you the hassle. He's not got a headband.
No, that's the whole thing that I don't want to play anymore.
I think that's a move on.
Yeah.
1985, 6.5 million. A defender from Argentina left Banfield to join Inter Milan.
Oh, what's his friggin' name?
Don't know.
Nope. I've got no idea.
This has been the lowest scoring game for a while.
My head's completely gone.
Going for a 0 for the second goal.
I mean, apart from Zanetti, I can't think of anyone else, and I know it's not Zanetti.
I'll say Zanetti because he said that.
1 point.
I feel like I was trying to guess Zanetti.
Well, that's one a piece and everything.
No, I feel like that was a very clear guess of Zanetti, even though I know it's not.
Well, then 1 point to you then.
Thank you.
I'll give you the point. You said you weren't going to guess it.
Right,
go on.
2014 free transfer.
Free. F.A. Ambrose.
No.
F.A. That's not good. Oh well.
Mika Lustig.
It is not. 2014 free transfer for a midfielder.
Javi Mascherano.
No.
Steve McKenna.
No. 2014 free transfer midfielder from Ireland.
Stephen Ireland.
3 points.
I could see it, like I said, I saw him in my head, and then I was trying to write it down. I shouldn't have. Should have just said.
I should have guessed that on free transfer.
Yeah, I was thought I need to get him in. He's been
The one fact I know about Stephen Ireland, having looked him up before, is that he has only ever gone for free transfers or a swap.
He went for 6 million. I seen earlier.
I
Maybe
couldn't
a
work
swap
out if
deal.
that was the swap one.
Yeah, maybe. I think it was Villa, Man City, or vice versa.
What was
Yeah,
that?
I'm pretty sure that was the swap one.
What was that transfer there?
That was to Villa from Villa to Stoke.
Right, and you get 5 points here.
Like 5 Tottenham needed. So good luck. 2011, 700k.
Stephen Dobie.
2011.
I'm amazed if you get it. Like,
actually, I can't think. It's 2011 parts though, isn't it? Nah, it's past.
okay, 2011, 700k. Hey, we've had that. Sorry, forward.
Nacho Novo.
I don't think he was still playing back then.
I don't think he was either, but his name came to my head.
No, it's not natural level.
I'm still stuck. Sonny Lico?
No. 2011, 700k forward from Ireland.
I'm just going to say Robbie Keane.
Negative.
Hoping you'd do that. You could narrow down my options.
I'm not going to guess. I'm not going to guess Robbie Keane.
Yeah, I've narrowed down my options to someone else I can't think of.
I'll move on.
What other strikers can I think of from Ireland? Nobody, and it doesn't matter, so move on.
Hope it's Declan Rice, even though he's not forward.
Or Irish.
Well, that's the debatable bit.
No, there's been a ruling on that in the transfer game. The ruling is it's the club they've got senior cap, the country they've got senior caps for.
I know. I just went to Mindful Cup.
What would Diego Costa? He's got 2 for Brazil and France. Spain.
Then you'd do the one at the time, I think.
I would probably say just Spain, but
I would probably not do Diego Costa.
I'm going to do that next time. So anyway, 2011, 700k forward from Ireland, left Kilmarnock. I feel these are quite hard questions I've picked, though, players I've picked.
Yeah, I think.
They're well-known players, but they're quite obscure transfers.
I can't think either.
Any takers? No?
No.
No, not in 2011.
Well, for 1 point, 2011, 700k forward from Ireland, went from Kelly to Wigan.
Keep going to say Northern Irish players.
Was the person you were thinking of saying Will Gregg?
Well,
It came to my head.
Also, Kel Lafferty, but he's Northern Irish as well.
Both Northern Irish.
Yes.
Well, and I think Lafferty didn't. Lafferty was still at Rangers in that time.
Went to Wigan.
From Kilmarnock.
Thank you. Went
Fill the
to.
void.
No, it's fine. Went to Wigan from Kilmarnock. Irish.
For 700k, 2011.
Thank you. Wigan would be not Premier League then?
No, they were, because they got relegated 2012.
Possibly. Oh, what's his name? Muck. The guy who broke Miss Haidara's leg.
I can tell you, it's not this fairly.
Good. That was Muck. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, that's it.
Or something like that. I can picture this guy's face, he's not that sort of fella, so.
Also debatably a forward.
This guy's a forward, I know he's a forward. He told me.
You
Good
messaged
to
him.
know.
I've met him. Well, not actually.
I've messaged Robert to say hurry up.
Have you?
Yeah.
No, you haven't. I don't know. Pass.
Well, it was the man named after a fish, Connor Salmon.
Oh, for God's sake.
Didn't know he was kicking about then. As in Wigan, I mean.
I might have went Kelly, I didn't know he went to Wigan.
I forgot he was Irish.
That's right,
Yeah.
fucked about in Scotland for his whole career. Oh, well, finished 5-zip.
5-zip or 4-1, depending on how you cut it.
Okay,
Are
so
you only
didn't-
cutting it now? No, you're only cutting it now because you won.
United didn't matter in the grand scheme of things, thankfully.
Yeah, it's a good
Thanks.
job that I'm not a sore loser.
Anyway, that has been another episode of 3 Bites of Clean Sheet. We will have reaction to the final of the Euros next week, along with reaction to some of the first games in the League Cup. Queen's notably on the television this weekend, but get yourself down to Palmerston if you are in the area. Support the boys. Support Peter Murphy's boys, who don't seem to be able to score a goal at the moment. And we will see you very shortly.
Peter Murphy's Boys in Blue.
Aye, Godspeed. I forgot it though.